it's like an opportunity to express ideas with music.
Yeah. Do you still do anything with the other stuff?
The
animation?
Yeah, I mean, I think not so much the animation anymore, but video is still big for me. And we do a lot of that with the band, just there's a lot of things that you can do. I realized basically at the end of CalArts that being in a band was a great umbrella for all these mediums. I could do performance, I could be writing lyrics, I could be designing covers, I could be shooting videos. So it all seemed to work for me under the idea of being in a band. Yeah.
What did you like the most of all those things?
All those mediums, I think it was performance. Yeah, and I think that's probably what made me want to really get into music in the first place.
Because of the performance and not for the music itself?
Well, no, I loved the music, but I definitely wasn't a schooled musician, It was something that I just picked up, and it was probably the idea of being able to perform in front of a crowd that got me excited about it, and got me into it, yeah.
So you could have done anything really? You could have done a performance or a theater, for example?
Well, theater, yeah, it's a little weird for me actually. It's funny because we shot a video recently and I had to do some acting, and I really am not good at it. And it's not part of me. But performance, other kinds of performance, like at CalArts I took dance, and I liked to do like dance. And then there's also performance art, which is very interesting.
Yeah. But why exactly did you choose music then?
Well, it seemed to be like the most sort of immediate thing that I could do. Once I realized that I had a tape machine, and I realized if I could just press record, and I could record sound more than necessarily notes, but sound and whether or not that was music. But it seemed very immediate to me that I could record it and then play it back. It didn't cost me anything to make it. So I just immediately found that to be really compelling, and that I could work at that sort of endlessly. It wasn't sort of like photography where I needed film or paper, and it wasn't like video or computers where I needed all these things. It seemed like it was really just a guitar and pressing record. Yeah.
Was it before or after you met the other members?
It was that at that time. Basically, right then, I was sharing an art studio with Julian, the drummer, and we started to just collect instruments. It was weird. I was more like from a aesthetic perspective. Like, I liked the way amps looked in the room, and I used them for some video and some photo things I was doing. But eventually, it was like, let's start hitting them. Yeah, and so Julian could actually play the drums, so I would kind of try and play along with him with a bass guitar, and right then we met Aaron, and he's like a really good guitarist, and so he came into it and in some way believed in me a bit, and so that I got enough encouragement from both of them to keep going.
Because you had to learn it all by yourself.
Yeah.
From scratch.
Yeah.
And what's your approach to making music? Because it seems sometimes a bit like you're making art.
Yeah, I mean, it's something which I think it's like an opportunity to express ideas, with music, and it's a question of whether sometimes is it entertainment, or is it something that you can use to critique maybe society or talk philosophy, about some more philosophical things, So I like to think of using music in a way to help create discussion,
How have you done that? Because one was about witches, right?
Yeah.
What was the other one?
It was called Drums Not Dead. Yeah, well, basically, I like try and think of something and come up with an idea that I believe in, and follow it through to an end. And yeah, it creates all sorts of discussion, Sometimes it's because people don't understand, or sometimes because people love it, and then it's between those people that arguments happen, It's really interesting. I love that about any kind of art, where people take sides, and really, think about what they like.